Introduction. This proposal is proposed to establish special library, and the information that needed is personnel management, performance appraisal, financial management, promotional planning, and department and services. Background. The library name is Ibnu Sina Medical Library, and it will be established in February 2021. The library was established by 4 people who work in the field of library to set up a special library for the purpose of providing information to its user regarding medical. The purpose is to help and facilitate the affairs of students, lecturers, doctors, and researchers out there who want to study about medical, and the function is to make the retrieval of information easier for their user, especially in the field of medical. This is the logo of Ibnu Sina Medical Library. The motto is One Library for Medical Vision, to establish Ibnu Sina Medical Library as a leading knowledge on medical globally. Mission, to help researchers, students, lecturers of medical to find latest information regarding medical. And the our goal is to provide medical information to patrons and to provide online services to them. Objective. First, to provide information and services regarding medical to its user. Second, to serve up-to-date and relevant information regarding medicals. Third, to improve the quality of information regarding medical to the user. Fourth, to deliver friendly services to Ibnu Sina Medical Library. And lastly, to facilitate access to information through online and physical. This is the organization chart for Ibnu Sina Medical Library. The core business is to serve the user of Ibnu Sina Medical Library about medical information such as student of medical, lecturer of medical, doctor and researcher in order to conduct a research regarding medical so that they can find latest and valid information regarding medical. This is the location of Ibnu Sina Medical Library located at Bukit Losong 20566 Kuala Terengganu. Personnel Management. First, organization chart of Human Resources Department in Ibnu Sina Medical Library. Position description. First, Head Cataloging Department. Unit Department or Cataloging Department. The general description is responsible for the creation and maintenance of records in the library catalog for the organization of the collections. Duties. First, develop cataloging policies and procedure and implement improvements. Second, perform original cataloging as required for collection assigned to them. And the qualification for the head cataloging department is require a master degree in library science, and the skill that required is library services, RDA, OCLC, and many more. Next is head reference department. The unit or department is reference department. The general description provide library user with direction to the library materials, give advice on library collections and services on various kind of information from variety of sources. Duties, to assistance in using library online catalog and assistance in using self-checkout machine. The qualification is master degree in library science, and the skills that require is to stay current on reference technology and resources. Then, Head Acquisition Department. The unit or department is in Acquisition Department, and the general description is process of selecting and acquiring selected material for libraries and information centers in all formats, including digital items, and maintaining the necessary records related to acquisition. Duties is to order, claim, receive, preserve, and pay for all library materials, and to select and evaluate sources of supplies. And qualification is a master degree in information science or library, and the skills that require is the good analyzing, negotiating, and researching ability. More, Head Circulation Department. The unit or department is in Circulation Department, and the general description is allow library users to remove material from the building by charging the materials to the user's account, and the duties is shelving and state maintenance, search, notify, and recall The qualification is require bachelor degree plus 3 to 5 years progressive library experience, and the skill that required is knowledge of bibliographic sources of information and decision-making ability.
Performance appraisal.
Okay, so what is performance appraisal? Performance appraisal is a regular review of an employee's job performance and overall contributions to a company. Okay, that means performance appraisal is actually the evaluations of the employee to know where is their level of working performance. Okay, performance appraisal is all about, the first one is how to evaluate employee. The second one is to give the feedback of employee working experience or performance. Identify if the employee fulfill the standard sets of the company. Move to the objective. Okay, so what is the objective of the performance appraisal? The first one is to ensure employer alert with their duties and responsibilities. Okay, so where there is a performance appraisal among the employees, they will be more alert and know what is actually their responsibility and duties that should they do. The second one is to provide feedback of level performance. Okay, as I said earlier, performance appraisal is really important to know where's the levels of their working performance. And then the third one is to motivate employee, which is to motivate employee to know where is their weakness and where is their strength. And the last one is to make employee fulfill the standard set, which is when there is a performance appraisal, then the manager will know that the employee fulfill the qualification, will fulfill the accurate qualification and standard set or not. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the appraisal process or flowchart of Ibnu Sina Medical Library. Okay, the first one is objective. So what is the objective of this performance appraisal? The first one is to provide feedback to employee on their level of performance. Okay, so who we want to evaluate? The librarians from all departments at Ibnu Sina Medical Library, such as the reference department, circulation department, acquisition department, and many more. And then when the evaluation will be due monthly at the end of the month. And then what to evaluate, which is the working performance, including the personal behavior among the organization. And the last one is how we evaluate the employer is to fulfill the form by provided just as graphic writing skills and also checklist method. So as you can see, this is the examples of appraisal form that we provide to the employer to fulfill it monthly. Also a checklist form, which is it will be fulfilled by the manager to check the working performance among the employee.
Financial management.
Next, we move to the financial management. Okay, what is financial management? Financial management is a vital activity in any organization. It is the process of planning, organizing, controlling, and monitoring financial resources with a view to achieve organization goals and objectives. So in short, actually, financial management is really important to be taken care of for all organizations. It is because it was the main role to make the organization success. Okay, so what is the technique that we use in Ibnu Sina Medical Library? We use the budgeting technique such as line item budget. Okay, line item budget is actually to list all the equipment that we need in the Ibnu Sina Medical Library. So this is the all material and equipment that already listed in Ibnu Sina Medical Library. So the average total budget that we have discussed is actually around 53,775 ringgit. Okay, so we move to the source of funding at Ibnu Sina Medical Library. Okay, the source that Ibnu Sina Medical Library choose is local support, which is Ibnu Sina Medical Library apply for financial support from Terengganu State Ministry, which is we choose Terengganu State Ministry because our library was developed at the Terengganu State itself. So it is really relevant to apply the financial support from the Terengganu State Ministry. And also, we choose grants, which is Ibnu Sina Medical Library obtained grants funding from the Terengganu State Tourism Department, which is this is a win-win situation. Which is Terengganu State Tourism Department will support will give the financial support to the Ibnu Sina Medical Library, and this library will give the collection as a reply to the Terengganu State Tourism Department to them for making exhibition.
The promotional tools or strategies include advertising, sale promotion, personal selling, public relation, and publicity. The promotional tools such as printed material, outdoor setting, events, and electronic and digital. First is printed material. The term printed materials as used in this policy means any publication, document, or record, including but not limited. Examples of printed materials are newspaper, books, flyers, pamphlet, and business card. For example, business card. The business card, one of promotional marketing that important in Ibnu Sina Medical Center library marketing. The user and librarian maybe will be exchange the business card with each other. This is to make them to keep in touch. They can contact by number and email included in the business card. Then flyers. Usually flyers are a single one-side page design that offer data about such as a single event or announcement. Generally, flyers are a cheap way to get information about an announcement to a large audience quickly. In order, the flyers placed at the counter information in the library. The flyers conclude the important information such as about the library activity. Furthermore, outdoor setting like transportation. The library's transportation promotion usually use bus or van. This is because it can be moved in one time and have their own pit stop. The Ibnu Sina Medical Library will provide books about medical for children and older. The scope of book is not hard. They can read with easily and easy to understand these books. After that, the library tour. The Ibnu Sina Medical Library will be holding a library visit at their library at least once a month. This is open to all students, especially student medical. In this visit, the student who follow will gain knowledge by reading the highlights of the medical books provided. This will make them feel more interested to exploring this Ibnu Sina Medical Library. Electronic and digital, for example, the internet short messaging system. The library of Ibnu Sina Medical Library will send the short message through the emails and mobile phone. The short message includes about the library activities. This service is to make an important announcement about the activities to promote the library. The outreach service is a service that reaches out to the community beyond the information agency world. The targets of outreach programs are for children, rural people, urban people, and specific. The first activity was personal contact. The personal contact, which is the staff in the Ibnu Sina Medical Library, will contact each member who has a member's card. The personal contact, for instance, are wishing a new year to them and make them visit the library again. And the message about them receive a free coupon from the library. After that, special advertising. The specialty advertising provided by Ibnu Sina Medical Library is more common, like putting advertising message on the calendars, coffee cups, pens, note, paper, t-shirt, actually. These items are available through library supply catalogs for generic library or seasonal promotion, or the user can get it on official website. The library also set the mini shop in the library to sell the item. Storytelling also an activities in the Ibnu Sina Medical Library. The Ibnu Sina Medical Library will be provided a traditional storytelling in libraries. The storytelling has been face-to-face oral performance of folk literature for children in a special storytime setting. The storytelling program is cool for the children to catch up their interest in medical. The children will love it this because they also can ask the question and interact with the storyteller. Moreover, in this era, the Ibnu Sina Medical Library staff also provide the visual talk through online mediums such as Facebook Live, Google Meets, and YouTube. In this program, the staff will come out with the hot topic in the medical subjects like about the pandemic COVID-19, healthy style, and more. People can join this program for free.
Number 1. Cataloging Department. The Cataloging Department is chosen to create and maintain libraries' online catalog of both physical and virtual collections. Cataloging librarians and staff describe, classify, and provide indexing of the library's materials. Policy for customer and staff. The collection of the Ibnu Sina Medical Library are cataloged according to Resource Description and Access RDA standards and the OCLC bibliography formats and standards. Also, the library used two standards for subject cataloging and classification, which are Library of Congress subject heading and Medical subject heading, since our library is a special medical library. Function and activities of Cataloging Department. Number 1. Provide centralized bibliography access to collections in the Ibnu Sina Medical Library. Number 2. Organizing, describing, and providing effective, accurate tools that assist clients in locating information resources of value to them. And last, responsible of the development and implementation of policies and standards that govern the creation and maintenance of the metadata that describe the collection. Number 2. Reference Department. Reference Department provides information, research, and instructional services to all library users, including in-person and online reference hub, research guides, and much more. Next, Reference Department is responsible in providing effective services in meeting the needs of users, fulfill user satisfaction, and also providing current information to users. Policies for customers. Inquiries for reference and reduced advisory service are accepted in person, also by telephone, through the email, and digitally. Staff set reasonable limits on the amount of time and level of response given to patron requests for information in order to ensure equal and fair access to library services for all patrons. Function and activities of Reference Department. Help users to find book extracts and advise on searching information, teach users on how to use library catalog, and guide users on how to use online database in order to access it effectively. Last, keeping the community informed about the services and resources available and encouraging their use. Number 3. Acquisition Department. The department is chosen in order to be responsible for the acquisition of library materials in the form of books, serials in printed and electronic form, newspaper of local and international, and non-book materials like audio, video tapes, microphone, CD-ROM, and many more. For the policies for customer and staff, all scholarly medical field materials to be acquired. At least 80% of the titles from the reading list for all courses offered to be made available, and fund allocation to follow a ratio of 60% for science and 40% for the social science. Function and activities. First, acquisition of library materials, estimation of total grant for the purchase of book and periodicals, circulation of current publishers' catalog to every department, and checking the catalog and library staff to avoid duplication. Number 4. Circulation Department. Circulation Department facilitates physical and virtual access to library materials, maintain the library collections, assist library users, coordinate the use and lending costs of reserved materials, and perform other activities related to library use and access. Particularly, circulation is the function of lending library materials to the users of the library. Policy for customer, it consists of borrowing privilege, borrowing restrictions, fines, interlibrary loan. For example, borrowing privilege. All users of the Ibnu Sina Medical Library must fall into any of the medical fields to have borrowing privilege. Second, users must have a current mailing address and email address or phone number on file to borrow materials. Next, function and activities of Circulation Department. Number 1. Processing of overdue and fine notices that are generated online and sent via email to the borrowers. Number 2. Shelf-reading of entire collection to maintain the arrangement of the collection on shelf. Number 3. Physical inventory of selected collection. And lastly, shifting of materials from field stacks to create space for incoming materials that have been acquired.
The Ibnu Sina Medical Library is supporting e-learning because people nowadays always tend to their gadget everywhere they go. We can safely assume that in today's world, e-learning has become an absolute must because it provides an incredible rich learning experience for learners. Then, compared to traditional form of learning, e-learning is cost-effective. The reason for this price reduction is that learning through this method occurs quickly and easily. This cost effectiveness are helped to improve an organization profitability. The learning is needed in Ibnu Sina Medical Library.